Let's get into the protocols then, I think, because I think this is where people are going to get some benefit out of this. How do you keep people from stealing from you? I mean, first and foremost, you have to know who's in front of you. And this is probably the hardest thing because, you can hire someone that's trustworthy. They can still steal from you, but, there are indicators, that is more likely to steal from you than not. If they have a bad history, if they're always talking about how bad their financial situation is, if they talk about how much in credit card debt that they are, anyone that's stressed about money, anybody that is overwhelmed on their personal finances, 100% is a person that has a increased probability that they're going to steal from you. Not saying that they're always going to do that. It's just the probability is much higher.
In most of the cases that I've seen with clients, the people who are stealing, it's almost never the new employee.
Yeah.
It's always someone who's been around for a number of years, knows how the practice runs, hits some point in their life, whether it's financial stress or medical problems or whatever they need money for, and they give in and dip their hand in the pot.
Yeah. So
it's always someone that's there long term.
Yeah. So if you're going to give over some semblance of control over to the people that are in charge of your finances or ordering supplies or something like that, just keep an eye on their personal condition. Keep an eye on how they're doing in life. Keep an eye, talk with them, communicate with them, find out if they got areas of stress. I mean, again, I'm not saying because they're likely to steal from you, because it just increases the likelihood that they're going to need a solution for a financial problem, right? They may not be evil intentioned people, but when you get to that desperate stage, you're going to do whatever you think you need to do at that point in time.
Yep.
That's the unfortunate part. So know who you have in front of you. I think another thing too that a lot of people don't have are like a purchase order system. So purchase order system is basically if there's going to be, let's say, a purchase of something from the practice, it has to go through certain protocols, like it is submitted to certain people. Like, we want to buy blank amount of stuff. Okay, good. So then that makes it, okay, somebody's got to approve that. Someone's got to look at it. Someone's got to look at the budget. And again, I'm not saying it's going to prevent theft, but it certainly would make it more difficult for someone just to willy-nilly, go order something or get a hold of something because there's no protocol for spending money in how the money spends money in the practice.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Certainly not giving people access to the checking and savings accounts is probably another protocol as well. I don't know that I've seen that a lot, but
not letting people. I don't know. One of the consistent problems, unfortunately, has been letting employees take the bag of cash to the bank.
Yeah,
it's a menial task. I don't want to say a menial task, but it takes up time, so they delegate it out. And they count the cash at the office, and it's $2,000. And then the employee gets back from the bank, and it's $1,940.
Yeah,
and it's like they start second guessing themselves. Did I count wrong? But that whole thing could have been avoided if you had taken the cash to the bank.
Yeah, I don't want to put it all on the owner to have to do some of these things.
I know. Neither do I.
But again, you're going to have to make sure that you pay attention and you do understand how to at least even read your bank statements, and understand these things.
Yep.
And if you just play oblivious and act like you don't know, man, you are a target for someone, because if someone's there long enough, they're going to start observing things that they could take advantage of.
Yeah, people notice weak points.
And they're going to just, what? Nobody ever says anything when we order this right here. I remember one instance in which, some of these companies, vendors offer you buy certain product, you get certain rebates.
Okay.
Right. And that's how they were stealing. They somehow, some way, able to direct the rebates to them personally. Like when the money actually came in, they were able to get the rebates for them personally. That was another.
That's pretty creative.
Yeah, exactly. I told you some of these people get super creative.
Do we get any rebates?
I'm sure you'll probably find some if you possibly can, but that's a negative. So yeah, I think you do have to have some semblance of control over how the money comes in, how the money goes out. And you need to make it very easy for money to come in. Now, most owners get paid what? They either get paid electronically, credit cards, okay? Very few get paid cash, but I mean, there is some cash.
There is some, especially for vets, there is cash.
For co-payments and those kinds of things. Yep. There's insurance reimbursements, which I've seen people, for somehow, some way been able to, steal money that way. But you got to know where the money's coming from, that of people that are paying you, and look and see where someone could actually rip you off in some way, shape, or form. Cash is the easiest way because it's simple. They can take that.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to read.
It's not the only way.
Yeah. Be able to, I'm sure there's ways people can finagle credit cards, maybe double bill someone,